Listening, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me. Hour number 3. I'm going to talk about two or three big college football games this weekend. College football in September, it's a bunch of crappy out-of-conference games. Now you're getting into your Washington, Oregon, Georgia, LSU. Last week we had Texas, Oklahoma. This week we have Michigan, Wisconsin. So college football now. College football, the NCAA, the September is such a waste of time. There's so many crappy games with, SEC playing Panera Bread. Who cares? Now, starting this weekend, you get into the conference stuff. You get big games. Georgia, LSU, Washington, Oregon goes a long way in deciding the Pac-12. And, Michigan, Wisconsin's fantastic. Coming up in 15 minutes, Eric Dickerson's thoughts on it's been a very good year for running back. Saquon Barkley hit a home run last night. Todd Gurley's been absolutely unbelievable. Todd Gurley's one of the best players in the NFL, regardless of position I've ever seen.
3 rushing touchdowns last week.
I mean, Todd Gurley is, I've seen every snap for 2 years. The kid's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. But first, we all watched the Eagles smash the Giants last night. So here's what sticks out to me. Ask yourself this morning, what are the 2 biggest messes in the NFL? Ask yourself. You're driving around America. You're watching me on TV. The 2 biggest messes in the NFL this morning. 1, the Oakland Raiders. Nostalgia. Let's hire John Gruden. He was great for us a decade ago. And number 2, the New York Giants and Eli Manning. They're a mess. Rear view mirror is no way to live life. It's called a windshield. It shows you what's ahead. By the way, the Kansas City Chiefs are a great example of how you should do it. Alex Smith had a very good year. But in sports, you bail a year early, you never bail late. And the Giants should have bailed on Eli Manning 3 or 4 years ago. Everybody loves Kansas City today. Alex Smith, MVP leader in September last year. 5-0 start. Bailed on him a year early. Now he's not as good in Washington. Folks, nostalgia's a burden. Nostalgia's a trap. Nostalgia's living through the rearview mirror. Ask the Raiders and the Giants. And the New York media fell for it. They so hated Ben McAdoo, the head coach, that when he benched Eli last year, the New York media freaked out. He's a fool. This is gutless. They couldn't understand. Eli was done. Eli should have been benched. Do you remember the game before Eli was benched? He threw for 113 yards. The team fell to 2-9. They had a longer week of preparation, and Eli was the worst quarterback in the league. Okay, if you go back to 2013, 2014, Eli was shot. The numbers are there. Completed 57% of his throws, 18 TDs, 27 picks. He had a passer rating under 70. But the New York media threw a hissy fit because he gave us Super Bowls. And it freaked out the Giants owners, and it freaked out the Giants front office. And there's been 9 great quarterbacks drafted since, and they've passed on all of them. Derek Carr, Garoppolo, Goff, Wentz, Trubisky, Mahomes, Deshaun, Baker, Sam, all available to them. All available to them. No. We benched him. Oh, my God. Guy was shot fighter after the 2013-2014 season. You start falling in love with tradition, nostalgia, the good old days. That's the rearview mirror. Here's the second play of the game. I mean, here's Eli hearing nothing but heat all week. By the second play of the game, this is what transpires.
Look for Eli Manning getting the ball out of his hands quickly because of that pass rush as well. 2 quick throws, and that one is picked. Dangerous throw by Manning, and he got burned on it. Well, you can see where Simonson was expecting the ball. He thought it was going to be to his left shoulder. The ball was on the inside. That's why Hicks was able to drive on it and deflect the pass.
Second play of the game. All week, I'll prove you wrong. He can't. If he was a major league pitcher, he'd be throwing 86 miles an hour. And all these young bucks are throwing 97. Be very careful about nostalgia. It is as much a burden as it is a joy. Let me shift to this. Big game this weekend. New England Patriots host the Kansas City Chiefs. I saw a headline this morning. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes in position to take the torch from all-time great Tom Brady. Well, excuse me. He's got 5 wins this year. Tom's got 5 Super Bowl trophies. I want to remind you, Sunday Night Football, Belichick, Foxborough, Brady against the young quarterback. New England is 23-0 in Foxborough when they face quarterbacks under 25 years old. It will be 24-0 after Sunday night. By the way, Vegas has New England favored by more than a field goal. Here's a little context on this. Let's just go back 1 year. Pretty much the same roster, same coach. 1 year ago, Alex Smith's numbers on the left, Patrick Mahomes' numbers on the right. 1 year ago today, with these same players and coach, both were 5-0. Alex Smith was significantly better in completion percentage and passer rating. And Alex Smith had 11 TDs and no interceptions. Were we talking about Alex Smith taking the torch from Tom Brady? Listen, man, this is the way sports works. We fall in love with the new shiny toy. Oh, my God, Baker Mayfield. Oh, my God. Cleveland leads the NFL in rushing. Cleveland, defensive analytics, second in the NFL in defense. Cleveland leads the NFL in takeaways. And you keep trying to convince me their quarterback, who has 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, leading them. 1 year ago, Alex Smith had better numbers than Patrick Mahomes. He's fun. He's really talented. But, folks, go back to Dak Prescott's first year. What's happened since? Go back to Deshaun Watson's first years. How's he look now? Go back to Marcus Mariota's first year. Better than now. Nobody has a lot of film. Guy hasn't faced a winter. Patrick Mahomes. Some of this is it's a perfect storm. He's got 2 great deep threats. Last year's NFL leading rusher. Got the best tight end in football. A tremendous game strategist and game play designer in Andy Reid. Ready to take the torch from Brady. Can I see a little adversity? A couple injuries? Bad weather? A hailstorm? A snowdrift? Can you give me something? Belichick, Brady, Foxborough, 23-0. 23-0. By the way, Greg Cosell said it last week when they faced a real defense. It was at home. Jacksonville's a crappy road team. But even last week, little pressure, Patrick Mahomes looked vulnerable.
We're also dealing with a quarterback who came into this league as essentially a sandlot and playground player who has mechanical issues that needed to be worked on that can crop up at any time. We're dealing with a quarterback in Mahomes who has a tendency to play outside of structure and leave the pocket. But I think that Mahomes leaving the pocket when it's not necessary is something to watch for as we continue, because that's the way he played in college.
And that's sort of the way he plays. And in September, the weather's perfect. You have all off season. Players are all healthy, no dissension, nobody's hurt. 5 wins does not equal 5 Super Bowls. Patriots win that game, and I think they win it convincingly. Eric Dickerson, I'll have my college thoughts over the weekend. By the way, I was just thinking of something as I was talking about. It's going to be a big NFL weekend, and, the anthem's not a deal anymore in the NFL. You know what's so funny is that sometimes there's this thing now, fake news, because a lot of people, the reason that works as a term is because there are some biases and agendas by the news. You can see it. The media leans certain ways. The media loves the NBA. The media is rough on the NFL. I just read a story. Lonzo Ball is going to have to remove a tattoo.
He's going to have to cover it.
Yeah. And by the way, J.R. Smith was told to cover and remove a tattoo. And in the NBA, you can also not sit for the anthem. And the NBA instituted a dress code. NFL's never had a dress code, never told you what tat you can't have, and lets you kneel for the anthem. But the perception is by the media, NFL's bad, NBA's great. Dress codes, can't do that tat, can't do this during the anthem. Just saying, just saying.
Well, the contrast is they allow players to be more expressive on the other end.
Okay. By the way, celebrations are up in the NFL. A lot of hipness in the end
Yeah,
zone.
I mean, it only took everyone banging on the NFL for an entire year about how ridiculous it was for them to change
I think
it.
the NFL treats players better than
No. Look. I mean, it's a great league and it's successful for a reason. It's
Yes.
just there's more strides to be made. Like
Yes.
for example, maybe players could get lifetime health care.
Totally agree with that.
Just something to think about.
Totally agree with
Throwing that out there.
First game in, I think you get that in baseball. First game in, you get lifetime health. I think in baseball. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Famer around the corner. Saquon Barkley's great. I still don't think he's close to Todd Gurley. Guys, when the weather hits, the new Wiper blades make all the difference. And now we're getting into I saw it last weekend. Kansas City had to play in rainy weather. Okay, for a lot of people in northern climates, the weather's going to get rough. Introducing the new Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. Develop the perfect blades for you in any situation. They have Smart Flex technology or frameless beam design, and that makes the Michelin Wiper Blades flex to the curve of your windshield. Streak-free, long-lasting, all-season performance, unparalleled. And if you know anything about sports, performance is what makes the difference. So perform like a pro out on the road, Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. And it's getting wet. It's mid-October. You're getting rainy, sideways or drizzle. Smart Flex technology is the difference. Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. They're available at Walmart, Pep Boys, Amazon, many fine retailers. Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. My college thoughts on the biggest games. Eric Dickerson next.